clearly what we are seeing is still a lot of uncertainty regarding the results. And let's also remember that what we will see in case of continuous uncertainty and very closed situation, especially at the Senate, that the results will be challenged. At the moment, what we are seeing, if Republicans are going to gain seats at the Senate in particular, some sectors are expected to move. In particular, we're focusing on energy, industrials, and clearly healthcare. But what is really important is that usually the incoming parties and the president that represent that party tends to lose the midterm election in 87% of the time. And they will then try to boost the economy, which is extremely important, I think, post the 2022 midterm election, considering what the current outcome is. The reason why we believe the market is not particularly moving, because the attention of the investors at the moment is clearly on the Fed and what is the outcome for inflation and interest rates.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And that is obviously a critical issue going forward. But just to pick up on some of the points that you were making there. So energy, industrials and healthcare, the primary focus for you at this stage. Just walk us through then what you anticipate for these sectors through the end of the year here, because I know there's still a lot of natter in the market about whether the Fed has a pivot or a pause in it at some point near term, and ultimately, are we beginning to see the rollover of the dollar, which again may have significance for our asset allocation?
Yeah, I think that's a very good point. Now, regarding energy, U.S. energy has outperformed global market about more than 50% year to date. So if we are thinking about investor positioning, it's a very difficult underweight to maintain in the portfolios. It will be very difficult for anyone to justify an underweight in energy at the end of the year, and what that underweight would have constituted in terms of underperformance or contribute in terms of underperformance in 2022. So we believe that the momentum in energy will continue. We believe that between now and the end of the year, we will continue to see allocation to that sector, despite of the stellar outperformance that we have seen year to date. Healthcare, very similar. Investors tend to focus on U.S. healthcare as a defensive. The barbell approach worked very well in 2022 and really favored those two sectors. Regarding the industrials, clearly, it's more a call on valuation at the moment. There is a dependency on GDP growth and the cyclicality of that sector, but valuation are extremely interesting. Something that will make Steve very happy is that clearly value has outperformed growth this year significantly. And because of the valuation discrepancies and how growth is still relatively expensive on a relative basis, we believe that value will continue to potentially outperform between now and the end of the year. And industry is clearly a reflection of those characteristics.